Good morning. Our top story today casts a critical eye on the global reach of agribusiness giant Monsanto. We'll delve into Monsanto's shadow, examining growing controversies surrounding their genetically modified crops and the ethical implications for farmers and consumers worldwide.
Following that, we turn to a rising chorus of concern. We'll bring you to the latest on the voices raised demanding a future free from modified foods movement, exploring the increasing public awareness and activism pushing back against the proliferation of genetically engineered organisms in our food supply.
Next, we focus on the situation here in the Philippines. Is the Philippines trading long-term health for short-term savings? This investigates the growing presence of genetically modified organisms in our local markets and the potential trade-offs between economic benefits and long-term health and environmental consequences.
Finally, we look ahead for potential solutions in our segment. We'll explore alternative and sustainable agricultural practices that could offer a path forward, independent of genetically modified crops and the controversies surrounding them.
Good morning. Today on Global Matters Oracle, we turn our focus to a growing controversy at the heart of global agriculture: genetically modified crops developed by agribusiness giant Monsanto. As concerns about health risks and corporate control intensify, the debate over GMO products is far from over. Reporter Cyril Bonghanoy brings us the full story.
Thank you and good morning. Monsanto revolutionized agriculture with its Roundup Ready technology, engineering crops like corn, canola, soybeans, alfalfa, and cotton to resist glyphosate, the active ingredients in their popular herbicide Roundup.
At Monsanto, our mission has always been to support the farmers in producing more, while conserving more of the natural resources we all rely on. One of the most impactful technologies we've developed is our Roundup Ready line of genetically modified crops. These crops, like soybeans, corn, cotton, and canola, have been genetically engineered to be tolerant to glyphosate, the activate ingredient in our herbicide called Roundup. What this means is that farmers can spray glyphosate over their fields, and while it effectively kills the weeds, the crop itself remains unharmed.
At first, the technology allowed farmers to control weeds more easily and increase crop yields. But over the years, concerns have grown about the true cost of these innovations.
Critics argue that Monsanto's approach has led to over-reliance on chemical herbicides, herbicide-resistant weeds, and the consolidation of corporate control over the global seed market.
Here in Naga City, Mr. Vincent Acidilia, a second-generation corn farmer, shares how the situation has affected him.
At first, using Roundup Ready seeds seems like a good idea. But now, every season, we're forced to buy new seeds from Monsanto. If we don't, our production drops and we risk losing everything. It's not just farming anymore. It feels like survival under corporate control.
For many farmers, it's a costly dependency with little way out. But beyond the fields, deeper concerns are surfacing about the health and the safety of the food produced under these systems.
Activists are now leading campaigns to halt GMO production entirely, warning that Monsanto's herbicide practices have introduced toxic risk into the food chain. Ms. Ella Jane Rondina, a lead advocate of Safe Food Now, shares their sentiments why they are conducting rally about GMO via interview.
Research shows that glyphosate, main chemical in Monsanto's herbicides, doesn't just stay on the weeds. It contaminates the crops themselves. When people consume these contaminated crops, they risk exposure to toxic substances that can harm human health over time. We are calling for Monsanto's to be shut down. Their GMO products and the chemicals they introduce into our food must be stopped. We advocate for safer natural crops that are free from genetic modification and free from toxic contamination. People deserve clean, healthy food, not food laced with poisons created in laboratories.
As public awareness rises and the calls for action grow louder, the future of Monsanto's GMO products and the future of food itself are under increasing scrutiny. Reporting from City of Naga, I am Saral Bonghanoy, Global Matters Oracle News.
Thank you, Cyril. The debate over GMOs, corporate accountability, and public health continues to evolve. We'll bring you more updates on this critical issue. Stay with us after the break.
To create Yakult, one must release the mystical spirits of the beautiful gut.
Hold on. It was developed by the Japanese scientist Dr. Shirota. Every bottle contains...
A world of wonder.
No! It contains Yakult's unique bacteria scientifically proven to reach the gut alive.
Magically alive.
Stop it! Yakult, a little bottle of science, not magic.
Good morning. Genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, are becoming more common in groceries aisles across the Philippines. From rice and corn to processed snacks, and even soy-based products. While some praise their benefits, others question the safety and ethics behind them. Reporter Mark Leo Reponte brings us more on this developing issue.
Thank you. The debate surrounding GMOs continues to grow here in the Philippines, where a number of modified crops have already made their way into markets and onto dinner plates. These include genetically modified corn and rice such as BT corn and golden rice, and some other products like GMO soybeans, canola oil, papaya, eggplant, sugar beets, tomatoes, potatoes, and GMO cotton, which are used in textiles. While critics raise concerns about long-term health and environmental impacts, many consumers continue to purchase GMO products without hesitation. Such consumer is Mr. Justin Penanueva, a 19-year-old student from Cebu City who regularly buys genetically modified corn and rice. Mr. Justin, what makes you choose GMO products?
For me, it's about the affordability and the availability. GMO is cheaper and it lasts longer on the shelf. I've done reading and so far, I haven't found any clear evidence that it's harmful. As a student, it's very important for me to have food that fits my budget and food that fits me well. Thank you.
Across universities and research centers, a number of Filipino philosophers and ethicists are raising red flags, not only about the science of GMOs, but also about their moral implications. Dr. Joshua Piamonte, a professor of philosophy and ethics, has been studying the ethical impact of gene therapy and GMO consumption. Dr. Piamonte, what are your concerns?
So, from an ethical standpoint, GMO gene therapies raises a serious question about natural integrity, long-term consequences, and social inequality. Who gets access to the safe and clean food? Who monitors the genetic changes that we make into life forms? These are not just scientific issues, they are also moral ones.
And what solutions do you propose?
Firstly, we must increase public transparency. People need clear labeling and proper education. Second, there should be tighter regulation formed by the international standard, such as UNESCO, the Universal Declaration of Bioethics and Human Rights. And lastly, I believe that we should invest more on alternative, sustainable farming, food that should be safe and equitable.
As GMO products continue to shape Philippine agriculture and consumer habits, the divide between practicality and philosophy becomes more pronounced. For some, they are a necessary part of modern life, and for others, they raise vital questions about the kind of future we were building. Reporting from Cebu City, I'm Marcleo Harvey Reponte, News.
Thank you, Marcleo. Whether for economical, survival, or ethical clarity, the GMO debate in the Philippines is far from over. We'll be following this story as it continues to evolve.